The title of the book: The Keys to the Lost Paradise. A Way to Peace, Health and More Enjoyment of Life. Author Vahid Zakavati. Copyright NLP Radio. Introduction. The life of each of us is like a puzzle where we are lost among thousands of small and big pieces, looking for a piece that fills the void. But have you ever thought about why sometimes all these parts, instead of bringing peace, only increase our confusion? Wherever you walk, you will find people cowering under mountains of seemingly endless problems, as if the more they try, the less they get closer to their destination. Is this the truth of life, or is it only a reflection of our view of the world? Amidst all these complaints, there is something amazing. Something that, if you discover it, may change all the equations of your life. Indeed, why, when health disappears, suddenly all other problems go to the background? Why the moment when physical pain comes to us, the long list of our worries fades away? Have you ever thought that maybe we are involved in an illusion of problems instead of paying attention to the reality? This book is a journey deep into the reality of life, where it confronts you with a shocking truth, the great secret that lies in health and how our attitudes towards it can radically change our lives. Maybe this journey is not easy for you. Maybe you have to challenge the beliefs that have been rooted in you for years. But every step you take on this path brings you closer to a light you may have never seen before. In this book, you will look at life from a new perspective. You will learn how to truly understand the importance of health before you taste the bitter taste of illness. You will learn that happiness and peace is not in achieving impossible goals, but in understanding simple values that have been by your side, but remained hidden from your sight. Reading this book is like drinking a sip from a fountain that makes your mind clearer. Each page removes a new veil of truth and plunges you into a flood of questions. But don't rush, because the answers appear in front of you over time and in moments you don't expect. Just go step by step. Let the words touch you and penetrate deep inside you. This journey may not start easily, but I promise that by the end of it, you will not only look at your life differently, but you will see every moment as a new opportunity to experience love and peace. So are you ready? This book is the key that can open the locks of your mind, provided you read it to the end. Get ready to embark on a journey that will change your life. Why is health a real treasure? Imagine that you are standing in the middle of a vast plain full of gold. Everywhere you look, you see treasures that everyone dreams of owning. But suddenly your legs stop moving, your hands are unable to pick up even the smallest piece of that treasure, and your eyes are deprived of seeing the beauty around. At that moment, does the gold in front of you seem valuable? This image is a metaphor of our life. The treasures that we run for every day have no value without health. In our daily life, many of us see health as the air around us, something that has always been and will be. But the truth is that health is not only a treasure, but the most precious treasure of life. We may not realize its value until we have it. But the moment it is lost, everything we have worked for becomes meaningless. Modern life has involved us in an endless cycle of competition, consumption, and neglect of what is really important. We sacrifice our sleep, our peace, and even our health to have a bigger house, a more luxurious car, or a more lucrative job. But have you ever thought about what these things would be worth if your health suddenly failed? Can a car that shines on the road relieve your physical pain? Can a bank account full of money make your breathing easier? The fact that health is a real treasure is more evident in moments of life than ever. When the disease affects the smallest part of our body, suddenly everything goes to the background. Daily worries, work problems, or social relationships are no longer important to us. Our minds are focused on only one thing: the return of health. Why is that? Because health is our most basic need to experience life. Without it, even the happiest moments have no flavor. But why don't we appreciate this treasure as long as we have it? Why do people always have to lose something to understand its value? Maybe it's because our mind is designed to focus on the lacks instead of what we have. We are so used to health that we have forgotten that every breath, every step, and every moment we spend without pain is a gift. This book invites you to a journey where you not only understand the importance of health, but also learn how to take care of this unique treasure before it's too late. Maybe this trip is a challenge for your mind. You may have to challenge the beliefs that you have been immersed in for years. But every step you take on this path brings you closer to a truth that can change your life fundamentally. Along the way, you will learn that health is not just the absence of disease. Rather, it is a state of peace, happiness, and balance in the body, mind, and spirit. You will understand that health is not only limited to going to the doctor or taking medicine, but lies in your lifestyle, your thoughts, and your daily choices. If you have ever thought that in order to achieve happiness, you have to achieve external achievements, this book will show you that true happiness starts from within. When you learn how to take care of your body and mind, when you respect your health, you will see how all aspects of your life will change. Now I want you to prepare yourself, ready to enter a world you may not have thought about before. A world where your health is the key to achieving anything you desire. This book is not only a guide to taking care of your health, but also a window to the life you have always dreamed of. A life where happiness and peace is not a dream but a reality. So let's start this journey. A journey that takes you back to a treasure you've always had, but perhaps you've forgotten. This treasure is nothing but your health, your most precious asset. Why are you always dissatisfied? Have you ever wondered why even when you achieve the goals you've worked so hard to achieve, you still don't feel satisfied? Why do you feel like something is missing, something you can't quite define? You may have told yourself many times that, if I have such and such thing, I will be happy. But when it comes to it, your happiness is short-lived and your mind again searches for something new. This feeling of dissatisfaction is not an accident, but a part of our modern life. The society we live in is full of messages that tell us, ask for more. It's not enough. You have to be better. These messages subconsciously program our minds to never be satisfied with what we have. One of the main reasons for our dissatisfaction is the endless comparisons that have been intensified by the media and social networks. We easily compare ourselves with others, but what we see are only selected and beautiful parts of other people's lives. When we look at the pictures of other people's lives, we don't see what difficulties, failures, and dissatisfactions may be behind these pictures. Our mind sees only the best and concludes that our life is not good enough. But is this the reality? Are other people's lives really as perfect as they seem? And even if so, why should we measure our lives by other people's standards? Another root of our dissatisfaction is the unrealistic expectations that have been planted in our minds since childhood. Society tells us that happiness is about having more things, more income, a bigger house, a better position. But the more we look for these things, we realize that there is no real happiness in them. This endless cycle of trying to achieve more makes us tired and apathetic and deepens our dissatisfaction. In addition, our dissatisfaction can also be due to the lack of meaning in life. Many of us unconsciously live our lives based on other people's expectations or social rules, without really thinking about what is important to us. We may follow the path that others have defined for us, but deep down we feel that something is missing. Dissatisfaction is often caused by the fact that we are not living. Our mind is either busy with the past or immersed in the future. We constantly think about our past mistakes and blame ourselves or worry about the future that has yet to come. Meanwhile, the present moment, which is the only reality, is lost. How to break this cycle of dissatisfaction? The first step is to recognize the fact that dissatisfaction is a state of mind, not an external reality. We can change the quality of our life by changing our attitude. When we focus on what we have instead of focusing on our shortcomings, our life will look different. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools that can transform dissatisfaction into satisfaction. When you look at what you have and be grateful for it, you will realize that your life is full of blessings that may have been hidden from your sight until now. Also, you should revise your expectations. Are your expectations from life realistic? Or are they formed based on social pressures and comparisons? When you learn to set your goals and aspirations based on your personal values and priorities, not based on what others expect of you, you will feel more fulfilled. Our dissatisfactions are often rooted in neglecting our true selves. We do not spend enough time to know ourselves, our real needs and desires. But when you take the time, when you learn to listen to your inner voice, you will find that true contentment comes from within, not from the outside world. So on this journey, let's live in the present moment instead of running after happiness in the future or regretting the past. Let's learn to challenge our grievances and create a life full of peace, meaning and satisfaction. A life where we enjoy what we have instead of focusing on what we don't have. This is the change that can completely change the course of your life. A fact that we often ignore. Have you ever thought of a moment when a simple illness, like a cold or fever, prevented you from doing your daily activities? Do you remember how you wished you could just breathe easily, without any pain? Those moments may seem normal and fleeting to many of us, but there is a lesson hidden in them that is often overlooked. Health is an irreplaceable treasure that we do not understand its true value until we lose it. Health is the foundation of every pleasure and achievement in life. When you are healthy, you can laugh, run, follow your dreams, and even be there for your loved ones. But when your health is compromised, suddenly everything that once seemed important becomes insignificant. Money, social status, travel, and even long-term goals all fade when your body and mind suffer from pain and illness. True stories of people who have lost their health are full of profound lessons. One of these stories is the story of a man who worked day and night for years in search of professional success and put his personal and physical life on the sidelines. He only realized his mistake when he had a heart disease. In the moments that he was on the hospital bed, he had only one wish: to be able to walk and breathe again without pain. All the things that once mattered to him no longer mattered. "As long as I was healthy, I never thought it was my greatest asset," he later said. There is another story of a woman who, after being diagnosed with a serious illness, changed her whole outlook on life. Before that, he was always worried about the future and neglected the moments of the present. After his illness, he decided to live every day as a gift. "I learned that happiness is in the little things, in a smile, in the smell of morning coffee, in the shine of the sun on my face," he said. "When I was healthy, these things were obvious to me, but now I know that these simple things make life." Why do we take health for granted? Maybe the reason is that we humans naturally tend to see less of what we have and magnify what we don't have. We are looking for big and distant things, and in the process, we ignore the things that are within our reach and have the most value. Health is a blessing that allows us to experience the world, love, learn, and grow. But when we lose it, even the simplest things like walking, laughing, or even sleeping become a big challenge. Why do we have to wait for loss to understand its value? This chapter of the book reminds you that health is not something to be put off until the future. This is a blessing that you should be thankful for every day and every moment. This gratitude is not only in words, but also in action. Taking care of your body and mind, eating right, exercising, getting enough sleep, and reducing stress are all steps you can take to maintain this blessing. When you understand the value of health, you will realize how it can change your outlook on life. When you are healthy, instead of focusing on small problems, you will enjoy the opportunities that life offers you. When you strive to maintain your health, life will smile at you and guide you on the path of growth and success. This simple but profound truth that there is no greater blessing than health can change the course of your life. When you accept this fact and act on it, you will experience a life full of peace, joy, and satisfaction. Now is the time to take this fact seriously and make taking care of your health the first priority in your life, before it's too late. Life is short, but with health it can be filled with meaning and happiness. Make a decision for yourself today. Take care of the blessing you have with all your heart. This is the simplest yet biggest step you can take to live a better life. Health and gratitude. The keys to happiness. Imagine opening your eyes in the morning and the first thing you feel is a deep breath flowing effortlessly through your lungs. Or maybe the gentle sun that shines on your face from an open window and awakens the feeling of warmth and hope in your heart. Have you ever felt grateful for these simple yet wonderful moments? Life is full of small opportunities that can surprise us, but we often ignore these surprises in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Gratitude is more than just saying, "Thank you." It's an attitude, a way of life that not only calms your mind, but directly affects your physical and mental health. Scientific research has repeatedly proven that gratitude can reduce stress, improve sleep, and even strengthen the immune system. This simple but profound connection between gratitude and health shows the power of the human mind. When we focus on what we have instead of what we don't have, negative thoughts and endless worries give way to peace and contentment. In one study, people who wrote down 3 things they were grateful for every day reported feeling happier and less stressed after just a few weeks. This simple exercise helped them to see the small beauties of life and enjoy them. As you begin to practice gratitude, you will gradually realize that there is something to be grateful for even in the most difficult of circumstances. But why does gratitude have such a profound effect on us? One of the reasons is that the human mind naturally tends to focus on shortcomings and problems. This natural mechanism has been necessary for survival and facing dangers in the distant past. But in the modern world, this very feature makes us often get involved in worries and disappointments. Gratitude breaks this cycle. When you focus on what you have instead of what you don't have, you actually create new pathways in your brain that allow you to see the world in a more positive light. Gratitude also helps you appreciate your health. Instead of complaining about small problems or minor pains, you can be grateful for the physical and mental abilities you still have. Imagine how much a person who has lost the ability to move might wish to take just one simple step. Now, if you are able to walk, why not be grateful for this ability? Practicing gratitude is simple but will have a dramatic impact on your life. One such practice is to write a gratitude notebook every day. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you are grateful for during the day. These can be very simple, from the smile of a friend to the pleasure of drinking a cup of hot tea. Gradually, this practice will help you change your mindset and focus on life's opportunities and blessings instead of problems. Another exercise is to appreciate your body. Sometimes we forget that our body works for us without any complaints. It breathes, runs, thinks, and does thousands of other things. Take just a few minutes a day to think about your body and thank it for all it does for you. Appreciating others is also an important part of gratitude. When you appreciate someone who has helped you or been by your side, you not only strengthen your relationship with them, but you also increase the feeling of happiness and satisfaction in yourself. A small note, a phone call, or even a simple smile can have amazing power. Health and gratitude are 2 important keys to happiness that are related to each other. When you appreciate your health, you naturally take better care of it. You choose a better diet, exercise more, and get rid of stress. As a result, your physical and mental health improves and a positive cycle begins in your life. This season invites you to begin this cycle now. Be grateful for every breath, every movement, and every moment of your life. Gratitude is the simplest yet most powerful tool for finding happiness in life. When you make gratitude a habit, you will notice how much more beautiful, peaceful, and productive your life will be. It is a choice that is in your hands at any moment. Today, right now, choose to be grateful. Living in the moment. Power now. Have you ever wondered how many moments of your life you really understand? How many times have you passed by the simple beauty that flows around you while your mind is busy with the past or the future? Living in the moment is one of the greatest arts we can learn, but it is often overlooked. We are either longing for the past that we cannot change or worrying about the future that has not yet arrived. But the reality is that all we really have is now. Imagine you are walking on a calm autumn day. Yellow and orange leaves rustle under your feet and a gentle breeze caresses your face. If your mind is busy with everyday worries, you may ignore these beautiful moments. But if you are truly in the moment, you can feel the experience with all your being. This is the power now, the power that makes life richer, happier, and calmer. But why do we stop living in the moment most of the time? One of the main reasons is our mental habit of wandering in the past or the future. The human mind naturally tends to look for solutions to problems, and this leads us to review the past or predict the future. This feature may be useful in certain situations, but when it becomes a habit, it can deprive us of the simple pleasures of life. To break this cycle and learn to live in the moment, there are techniques that can help you calm your mind and come back to the now. One of these techniques is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully aware of the present moment, without judgment or prejudice. This practice helps you to focus on your present experiences instead of being overwhelmed by scattered thoughts. A simple exercise to start mindfulness is to focus on your breath. Dedicate a few minutes a day to this task. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and pay attention to your breath. Feel how the air enters your lungs and slowly goes out. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This simple exercise brings you back to the present moment and reduces unnecessary stress and worries. Another effective technique for living in the moment is focusing on the five senses. Whenever you feel your mind wandering to the past or future, pay attention to what you see, hear, touch, taste, or smell. For example, when you are drinking a cup of tea, notice the aroma of the tea, the warmth of the cup in your hands, and the taste on your tongue. This simple exercise can bring you to the present moment and reveal the small pleasures of life to you. Another important factor in living in the moment is accepting the situation. Often we spend a lot of time dealing with things that are out of our control. This resistance wastes our energy and prevents us from enjoying the present moment. When we learn to accept what we cannot change, we experience greater peace. This does not mean giving up, but rather accepting the facts and finding peace in them. Living in the moment also helps you connect better with others. When you're fully present in your conversations or interactions, you actually listen to what others are saying instead of focusing on responding or worrying about the impact of what you're saying. This presence makes your relationships deeper and more meaningful. One of the beauties of living in the moment is that it frees you from unnecessary pressure and stress. When your mind is in the present moment, future worries and past regrets cannot bother you. This mental freedom helps you to live more calmly and make better decisions. In the end, living in the moment helps you understand the true value of life. Every moment is a gift, and if we learn to accept this gift with open arms, our life will change in an amazing way. Every breath, every smile, and every second that passes is an opportunity to experience happiness. Take advantage of these opportunities and let the power of now transform your life. A bright future with a change of attitude. Imagine that life is like a painting, where you are both the painter and the viewer. Every color, every stroke of the brush, and every detail on the canvas of your life is formed by your own hands. But have you ever wondered what makes some people create the most beautiful paintings, even in the midst of the toughest challenges? The answer lies in one word: attitude. Our attitude towards life has more power than we can imagine. This is the attitude that can turn darkness into light and problems into opportunities. But why do many of us still get caught in the trap of negative attitudes? This is because our minds naturally tend to focus on problems. This evolutionary feature, which was necessary for the survival of humans, can now deprive us of the joys of life and seeing opportunities. But what does change of attitude mean? Does it simply mean thinking positively and ignoring problems? Definitely not. Changing attitude means the ability to see positive aspects in the heart of challenges, focusing on solutions instead of drowning in problems and turning limitations into opportunities. This attitude is not an escape from reality, but a way to manage life better. One of the first steps to change our attitude is to become aware of the mental patterns that guide us unconsciously. Many of us, without realizing it, look at the world through old and worn-out lenses. These lenses may include limiting beliefs that have been planted in our minds since childhood. For example, we may believe that success is only possible for certain people or that challenges always mean failure. Identifying and changing these beliefs is the first step towards a bright future. In order to change your attitude, you must first accept that problems are an inevitable part of life. No one can live a life without challenges. But the difference between successful people and others is that successful people see problems as an opportunity for growth. When faced with a challenge, instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What is this challenge trying to teach me?" This shift in perspective can miraculously transform you from being a victim to being a creator. One of the most powerful tools for changing attitudes is to use the power of visualization. Visualization is your mind's ability to create images of the desired future. Take a few minutes each day to imagine yourself in the situation you desire. This exercise guides your mind towards finding solutions to achieve those goals. Another technique is to change the questions you ask yourself. Our mind is designed to provide an answer to any question we ask. If you keep asking yourself, "Why can't I succeed?" your mind will begin to find reasons for failure. But if you ask, "How can I get the best out of this situation?" your mind will automatically look for creative solutions. The power of words also plays a vital role in changing attitudes. Words affect not only your mind but also your emotions. For example, instead of saying, "This problem is too hard," say, "This is an interesting challenge that can make me stronger." This simple change in your choice of words can multiply your energy to face problems. Another important aspect of attitude change is focusing on gratitude. When you learn to be grateful for what you have, your mind automatically shifts from scarcity to abundance. Take time each day to write down 3 things you are grateful for. This simple exercise can dramatically change your attitude. Along with these techniques, you must remember that attitude change is a process, not a momentary event. This process requires patience, practice, and repetition. It may seem difficult at first, but every step you take on this path will bring you closer to a brighter future. Life is full of challenges and opportunities. You can choose to look at challenges as obstacles or as stepping stones that bring you closer to your goals. This choice is a power that no one can take away from you. By changing your attitude, you will affect not only your future, but also the lives of those around you. Remember, the bright future starts from this moment. Make this moment the starting point for changing your attitude and building the life you dream of. The power is in your hands. Are you ready to create a brighter future for yourself? At the end of this journey, you have faced the truth that has always been with you. Health, gratitude, and enjoyment of the present moment are treasures that are always available. Although we often forget them in our daily life, now you know that every breath, every step, and every moment is an opportunity to return to this truth and renew your perspective on life. Let this awareness become an integral part of your being. Be grateful for life's small blessings every day, because they are the things that give your life true meaning and depth. End the book with these sentences. Life is a gift that every moment should be accepted with love, awareness, and gratitude. Now you have the keys that can open the gates of true happiness, health, and peace for you. This path has just begun. Take your steps with courage and look at the world with a new look. General summary. This book taught you that happiness and inner peace depend on changing your attitude, focusing on what you have and accepting the present moment. By using the techniques provided, such as practicing gratitude, living in the moment, and accepting reality, you can create a meaningful and fulfilling life. Health is defined not only as the absence of disease, but also as the harmony of body, mind, and spirit. If you don't miss this treasure, you will see how your life will flourish in all aspects. This book is a tool that will guide you from confusion to clarity, from dissatisfaction to gratitude, and from pain to healing.